Alrighty, so today I'm going to try and do a wee farm tour of our sheds and show you around. It's a wee bit of a dreich day today, it's a wee bit wet, so the rain is on and off, so I'll be trying to avoid that as much as I can. I've got my big jacket on that'll keep me warm and dry, but there's only so much I can do. Alrighty, so first off we've got our big shed round the back here. So this is a straw bedded shed with a scraped passage down here. Wee bit of straw in at the moment because they were just bedded up. But so these are the next stage of fat cattle ready to go. So they'll be getting moved up shortly to the main pen. There's 2 pens in there. Quite a few bullocks. There'll be 10 going on the 20th, I believe. So we'll get these moved up shortly and then bring more round from the slatted shed. These pipes were supposed to be support beams. We don't really need them. So we cut the ends off, shortened the pole and re-welded them, so now they are feed barriers right the way up the shed. So that's a cheaper alternative than buying feed barriers. You'll see a couple of cull cows in this shed. They'll be going away soon as well. Down the bottom here we've got the bull and his heifers. He'll be starting to roar shortly, he's not very nice. So this is the last pen. It's got feed barrier on it because it's usually used for calves. We've got a cake bin inside, and it would usually have a barrier across there as well. And we'd run pails of cake up there and there, but this year it's not working out that way, so straw is stored in this shed too. So moving on, this bit's not very nice. It's really been concreted, but we're not going to do that for a while. Hoping to get these sheds knocked down and we'll eventually have a couple of sheds like that one here, and then this will all get concreted at the same time. So some of these bales don't look very nice because they've been getting the weather off the roof, but when they go through the bed it won't make too much of a difference, but the rest are pretty damn good. These are some of the older calves. They've been moved on from the stable, which I'll show you shortly. These aren't really supposed to be in here, but we're running out of room this year, so we keep them in here at the moment. 148. Our good hardy old scraper tractor. This is our calving pen. Had 2 calves today already. A lean-to off the old Dutch barn. There's the milking herd. So these are our in-calf heifers. It's old small cubicles that they've got. They get scraped out every now and again, but if they keep them a wee bit dirty, they learn to lie up in the cubicles, and then we scrape them a bit more regular after that. So now I'm in the old shed. This is a lean-to off the back of the parlour, and then it attaches onto the old shed here. These are where we've put our new cubicles in. Automatic scrapers, 2 passages. A nice big new trough here as well. Well, trough's not new, but the bricks are. Got a nosy cow here, get out of the way. So, about 180 cubicles in here. There's a separation gate halfway down for this shed, and the dry cows are down the bottom and they circulate round into here, but there's another gate which stops the main lot and the dry cows mixing. These are some more of our younger stock, so some of these will be moving on to the straw shed round the back. So they are fat bullocks and heifers at the moment in here. These are the younger ones. There'll be a few big ones in here, but I think most of the bigger ones are down the bottom. So there's a 1 million gallon slurry store. I got put up 2 years ago, made a massive difference. I believe this shed was put up in the 80s, or some of it was. It was built in 2 sections, if I mind right. So there's a gate there for the dry cows. So these are the dry ones, and as they come closer to calving we take them round to the straw bedded pen round the back where I showed you earlier. More slatted. Beds for the cows. So here used to be the old dairy, so they would chase the cows round here and shut the gates there, and the back of the parlour was here, and the parlour was in there. You can just see the walls where it was. It was an 8-a-side herringbone, but now we filled the hole in, and now this is the recently calved pen and casualties. I shouldn't say casualties, but just if there's anything wrong with them, they get put in here for extra treatment. Dad's got his rollover crush in here, so they would go down the race if they're needing their feet done, swing this gate round against that gate, they'd go in there, get rolled over, get their feet done, walk out into here, and then you'd open the gates and let them back out into the main lot. So quite a good setup. Should really be a little bit higher because it's a wee bit low. The air doesn't move very well in here. It rains a wee bit when there's a lot of cows. It'd be perfect if it was a wee bit higher. Maybe a windsock would help, but that's just something to think about in the future. We've got 2 silage pits. This is the pit we're using at the moment. We've already finished the first pit. This pit's been tarmacked, so that's it, been renewed. So this pit's got second cut and third cut in it. You can just see the line of second cut there, and that'll get higher the further back we go. So this is the second pit. It's really needing cleaned out. We will sort it as soon as we can and take all the plastic off the last of that silage. It looks a mess, but it's slid down off the back wall, and it's made it a bit of a job rather than being nice and easy. So we'll sort it as soon as we can. So just to the left of our silage pits are our crimped barley pits. So this one is full to the brim of barley. So we put it through the bruiser when it's still slightly damp. We put it in the shed here, and then we hap it, and it keeps. Makes excellent feeding. The dairy cows love it. Well sealed, no mould. Perfect. We put up this shed last year. It's made a big difference because we used to have to drive right round the farm for the concentrates. So I've got our dark grains and beet pulp in here, and then maize in this side. Soya tower, treacle, our umbilical pipe goes under the road so we can spread the farm. There's our bruiser, there's a jetter for water drains, and sawdust, and then sawdust dispenser. This was one of the first sheds that was built on the farm. Apart from the main standing buildings, this was one of the first ones. This was a sawdust shed, but the roof's starting to spread, so shoving the walls away. Don't know if you can see there's a ratchet strap holding it together, but it's soon to come down and it'll all be safe again. We can't really put anything in here because of this. It's just not going to be any good if it falls on somebody. This is the old byre, so these are the young calves now. Got a windsock down there, that keeps them from getting pneumonia. Sometimes they do, but not very often now that windsock's there. Used to milk cows right down the far end, and the tank used to be in the house. There's the dairy, a big old barn. There's the byre. Old 35. So this is the reed. Originally it wouldn't have had slats in here, it got renovated. So there's 4 sides to it and a wee slatted tank. Around 8 loads on each side. 135 feeds up here. Same up here, these guys are needing this graped over to them, they're hungry. Probably wanting some cake. So this was the stable. Used to keep the Clydesdales in here. Now there's calves. So these are older than where the calves are in the byre. These are the youngest. Well, the youngest are next door, but these are the next pen up, so all looking good. This was the cat shed where they would have kept the cats for the horses. Newest calf, it's just up there. See its navel. Anyone want a grain tower? We've got no use for it anymore. Get it away from here, don't need it anymore. Okay, so this is the second part of our main cubicle shed for the milking herd. So double cubicles up there on the left and blue cubicles on the right. So this is the scraped passage that they get fed down. There's the tower there again. A mixing paddle there and one again on the other side. That makes a big difference to mixing that. Yorkshire boarding acts as a wind breaker. We don't generally get wind for the east, but when we do it helps. During the beast for the east it was no use because the snow blew right through and into the cubicles. So good high shed, nice comfy cubicles. Dad tried to make these cubicles. As you can see, we've got one reversed in, which is no use, but these used to point up, but over the years they've got broken, so we're really needing to fix them. We'll get to that at some point, but the cows still love it. They seem to lie individually in between all of the blue pipes. It was the cheapest thing to do at the time, but we can easily sort it at some point. Cows love it. Very comfy. Another one reversed in, no use. Raw shed. So this shed joins on to the cubicle shed, and this used to be an indoor silage pit until they built the ones outside, and our parlour's up there, and we've got offices up there for working on all the farm paperwork and keeping the dairy running. Can hold all 190 to 200, maybe a wee bit more in the back here till they're milked. Okay, I'm now at a different part of the farm. These calves I'm just to feed with a cake I've got in the back of the pickup here. So a fair few in here. It's a right old shed. Used to feed hay up the top there. This is, how can you tell you how old this shed is? It's one of the first breeze block sheds that was ever put up, so the breeze blocks have fell out some bits, but the shed itself as a whole is still quite sturdy. I accidentally shoved the end of the shed out one year when I was really young. So inside the shed now, there's a nice wee clear passage here. Just run the cake up the front of the trough here, get it in, more trough, and more trough. It's a nice shed, you know. I was meaning that because the apex itself is concrete, it's very sturdy, but as you can see there, starting to show signs of wear with the erosion. So I'll give these guys their cake and I'll show you some more of up here. There's some our kit in an old lean-to pop-up shed. I'm not sure what you would call it. Double Dutch barn. for our straw. Got a Glass Dominator 98, and I'm guessing most folk will know what that is. It's a ex-Look First chopper. He only used it for a backup because it was so small. Grass mint. So Class 830 does our job, not very big, but it's all we need. Still has some of the slogans on it. Great machine. I hope you have enjoyed the tour. I've tried my best to show it off as best as I can. I'll hopefully do a machinery tour at some point, but hopefully that'll be done during the summer when it's outside and it's nice and sunny. You get to see it a lot better. My name's Drew. Subscribe if you like my stuff. Don't forget to leave a wee like, and yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll try and do my best to make a video about it.